Hey YouTube, we are gonna do a really quick food tour and today we're in Calafell, Spain. First up, we have a bar called La Mar de Fons. This is a seafood bar and they have lots of great authentic tapas. And you can tell from this that the seafood is very fresh. But of course I had to get my absolute favorite tapa, which is boquerones. And for those of you who don't know, these are white anchovies marinated in vinegar. They are so tasty. We also ordered a tuna salad, thinking it was going to be more of a salad, but they brought it out like this. And as you can see, it's some tomatoes with some tuna on top. There's some kind of tapenade and some spicy peppers. I enjoyed it, but not as much as the boquerones. Also, we kind of have a little addiction to French fries. We always have to order fried potatoes when we go to these places. Somehow they just make seafood taste so much better. And we did order the mussels. Now these tasted very good, however, they were very small. And to be honest, a couple of these shells were actually empty, so they didn't even have a mussel in them. And just so you can see, this is how big the mussels were. You can see that it's pretty small. And we also got this grilled pulpo, which is octopus. Now this almost made up for the tiny mussels because it was massive and it was pretty tasty. It also came with mashed potatoes and this black sauce drizzled on the side, but I'm not really sure what it was. So overall, it was okay. It wasn't really the best tapas we've had, but not a bad option if you're on the boardwalk in Calafell. Next up, we're gonna try some bocadillos, and here is this little cute shop called Canalla. This shop is not on the boardwalk, it's a little more inland, but it looked cute and we really just wanted something different, so we decided to come here for sandwiches. The service was quick and very friendly, so that was a big plus. Now let's see if you can guess the first thing that we ordered. Take a guess? Well, if you guessed French fries, you are absolutely correct. These fries were so tasty. They were wonderfully crispy and seasoned to perfection. It was worth coming here just for those. And for the bocadillo, we got this wonderful bocadillo that had calamari on it. Just look at this thing, it was enormous. And they absolutely drenched it with alioli. I mean, look at all that. But it was really tasty, although I have to say it was very, very filling. They serve it to you on a baguette, and honestly, if you're looking for something really quick, this is a great option. Now we're gonna head over to Pasticceria Calafell to get something sweet. This bakery had so many tasty looking options. I mean, they had pretty much every type of pastry you could imagine. They had these fresh homemade churros, and I really wanted to try these ones that were covered in chocolate. The only problem is that I'm actually allergic to hazelnuts, and when you're in Europe, you might find that a lot of different pastries and sweets have hazelnuts in them. So I was very limited with the kind of pastry that I could actually get. But they said that their pistachio pastries didn't have any hazelnuts. So we got this wonderful donut here that had pistachio butter. Now that was delicious and would definitely get that again. And I got this pistachio butter cookie, which was also very enjoyable. It was very buttery and not too sweet. I really appreciate that. The next day we had coffee at this little cafe called Aroma. This is a double shot of espresso and I like to drink it black. However, this coffee was not for me. It tasted way too sour for my taste, and I prefer coffee that's a little more on the bitter side rather than the sour side. I usually finish my coffee completely because I really want that caffeine fix in the morning, but in this case, I just really couldn't finish it. It could be the case that I'm just too picky because I drink a lot of black coffee. And when you don't put milk or sugar in your coffee, the coffee really has nowhere to hide. But you know, every place you go to can really be hit or miss, and this one was definitely a miss. Alright, now we're gonna eat at the hotel. This is Le Méridien, right on the beach, and it's a beautiful hotel. You can check out the review for this hotel on my channel. Alright, by now you can tell that I have a very strong weakness for little pieces of marinated fish. And these came on little pieces of toast with some nice garnishes on top, and it was just wonderful. We also got this very inviting salad that had crispy prawns on top. It also had tomatoes, lettuce, some shaved Parmesan, and some of these interesting looking like breadstick thingies. However, one thing that we were not expecting was these little bits of bacon on the salad. Here in Spain, they're really into pork. I mean, really, really into pork. And so you'll find pieces of jamón, bacon, and stuff like that on a lot of different foods. But in this case, on the menu, it didn't say that it had pieces of bacon on it, so we just assumed that it wouldn't have it. We don't eat pork, so it was kind of a letdown, but it was okay. We just ate around it and it was totally fine. If you're someone who really cannot have pork on your plate and you visit Spain, you have to ask them ahead of time. So the next day we ate at the same restaurant and we got something that definitely shouldn't have pork, which is this vegan burger. This burger patty was made with quinoa and all kinds of other vegetables. And it had this wonderful carrot pate, that's what they called it, and it was so tasty. I guess that took the place of the cheese. And of course, a burger would not be complete without French fries. We just had to get some fries, and these were the best fries of the entire trip to Calafell. They were super crispy, very well seasoned, and honestly, I could have probably eaten a huge, big thing of just these fries. As much as we love seafood, sometimes we like to change it up and get plant-based food once in a while. And Spain actually has many places that can accommodate a plant-based diet. So if you need a break from the meat or seafood, this could be a great option. So overall, we really enjoyed the food here in Calafell. We had heard some warnings about the food on the boardwalk area. Some people said that it's not the best quality. But I think we did manage to pick some pretty good places. Although I can definitely see how some people might feel that way because a lot of the restaurants do seem to be a little bit more on the touristy side. And you always want to pay attention to the prices on the menus because sometimes they can really be charging quite a bit. But, you know, people do come here for the atmosphere so they can be right on the beach and by the water. And naturally, they want to have some good seafood. So what do you think of the food in Calafell, Spain? Would you come here and eat? And what region of Spain do you think has the best food? And if you like this video, please subscribe for more travel and food related content.